Hey everybody, welcome back. My name's Jesse and I'm here to read you an essay I wrote about plans. How to plan for success. Identifying steps in pursuit of goals. Once you have identified your goals, it's time to work out the steps that you will need to take in order to accomplish those goals. If you want to achieve a specific goal, especially if your goal is complex or distant, try applying the principles of project management. We learned about project management in business school, and it was one of the most useful classes I took. Project management begins with categorizing our activities. Generally speaking, we undertake tasks to complete projects, and the projects that we work on are usually part of ongoing programs. Tasks are the day-to-day activities we work on, our routines and our interruptions. Tasks tend to be short-lived and finite, although we may perform some tasks over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. Projects, on the other hand, are the goals we're trying to achieve through our work. They usually have some sort of end point or deadline. And programs are the types of projects we generally undertake. They are the sorts of activities we participate in, our areas of expertise or personal preference, and our basic human and social needs. So, here's what you're going to do. Once you've identified a goal you want to achieve, you figure out what tasks you'll have to complete in order to make that goal a reality. Identify a deadline for your goal. It might be a month, or 60 days, or 4 months, or 3 years. Now, you work backwards from your deadline and assign all your various tasks to specific time slots. Figure out exactly what you need to do each day from now until then in order to make your goal a reality by the deadline you have chosen. And then you do it, adjusting as necessary. You complete your tasks according to the schedule until your goal has been achieved. This process is familiar to anyone who has participated in the National Novel Writing Month Challenge, popularly known as NaNoWriMo. In order to write 50,000 words in 30 days, an aspiring author has to pen at least 1,667 words every day. If you write less than that on one particular day, then you have to write more than that on another day, and if you fall too far behind, then you miss your goal. The way to achieve the larger long-term goal is to stay on top of the daily short-term goals. The same is true of major life goals. For example, let's say you're trying to lose weight and get in shape. You want to achieve noticeable results before you attend your friend's wedding in 3 months. That's your deadline. In order to achieve your goal by the deadline, you're going to write out a detailed project plan with daily diet and exercise assignments that you will follow to achieve your goal. To begin the process, you might want to spend time learning about different diet and exercise plans. But don't spend too much time on the research because it's more important to get started. Many people hire a fitness coach, and you may want to hire a coach to help you calculate a detailed plan for your weight loss project. A coach can also help you stay accountable to your plan. Finally, let's consider another common goal. You want to increase your income. There are a couple of basic ways to increase your income. You might get a raise at your current job, get a better job, leave your job and start a business, grow your revenues from your existing business, or if you have the funds available, you might invest your funds in a way that starts bringing in residual income, such as stocks or real estate. Of course, there is risk involved in any of these options, but any of them could offer you an opportunity to increase your income. For now, let's say that you want to start your own business. So first, Based on the intersection of your core competencies and your passions, decide what your offering is going to be. Next, figure out briefly what you're going to need to do in order to sell your offering. Then, take the necessary steps. And finally, put it out there. And don't forget that you'll probably need to spend just as much time promoting your offering as you spent developing it. You may want to do some research at the beginning. For example, if you're trying to start a business and you've never run a business before, you'll probably want to spend a little time reading some books, watching some YouTube videos, and learning the basic principles of business. We all know that every business needs customers, a product, and revenue, and we all know that your revenue has to be greater than your expenses in order to make a profit. Those are the basics. But there's a good chance that you'll also want to learn something about marketing and business processes. I was recently talking with Scott McCarthy of the Moving Forward Leadership podcast, and he told me about a book called The $100 Startup. He was right. If you are considering delving into your first business venture, I highly recommend you check this book out. It will give you plenty of inspiration and lots of ideas for starting a profitable venture on a shoestring budget. Before I wrap this up, a word of caution. A flexible plan is more important than a detailed plan. As you plan to launch your business, you should also set yourself a limit on how long you will spend planning. It's too easy to get lost in dreaming about starting a business. At some point, excessive planning becomes a retreat into fear. You might think that if you can just plan for everything, that will guarantee success. But the opposite is true. I speak from experience. I wrote a lengthy business plan as my final project for my MBA program, and my professor who graded it was very enthusiastic about my prospects. But when I tried to put that business plan into action, it simply didn't work. 3.5 years later, my business utterly failed. In retrospect, it's easy to see what I did wrong. I continued trying to implement the original business plan long after it had become clear that it was not working. So, learn from my mistake. The key is to be flexible. You should be willing to adapt your plan to the situation when the situation changes, as it inevitably will. But to begin with, focus on your goal. You have a goal. It's time for you to accomplish it. In order to achieve your goal, apply the principles of project management. Define your project. Work backwards from the end goal, identifying all the interim tasks that must be accomplished in order to make your goal a reality. Then, complete those tasks and adjust the plan as needed. Soon, you will have achieved your goal, and your entire life will be different. Are you ready? Get set! Go! I can't wait to see what you do. Leave a comment, be sure to subscribe. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.